All right, welcome to another Kowski team update. This one's from the Benzie Invitational, and by the way, it is snowing right now in Caledonia. We've got about 4 inches, it looks like, from when I looked out the window, and cold temps coming. That's the most important part. We need temps like 26 degrees or below, so Bittersweet can knock out a ton of snow, and Timber Ridge can do the same. Our first conference race is next week, Monday on the 30th. It's a makeup race. It'll be at Timber Ridge. I want to thank, obviously, our digital sponsors and all of our other donors. You guys make all this happen, and this was a big one. We did the Brian Roosevelt Memorial Invitational, or the Benzie Invite. Brian was a guy who skied at Crystal Mountain and died in a tragic racing accident there a number of years ago. Here are the teams we're competing against. It was a 9-team tournament, and we're starting off with Erin Peckham. Erin, obviously I don't have all of everybody's runs, but here's Erin skiing GS. As we look, she's doing really well. We had one little slip up down here at the bottom. There it is. Every time you skid, you lose time. And that's kind of what this whole thing is about, is making down as fast as possible. We got Maya Baldwin on course right now. Now Maya skids a little less, takes a little bit higher line. If you're taking a look, she's turning above the gate. There she's going through a through gate. Turning a little skid, but not bad. Maya ended up getting 12th place and earning a medal in giant slalom at this race. We have Kylie Thompson next. Now Kylie is running. She's skidding a little bit. She's getting a little bit late. Now the conditions, if you were there, you know this. It was basically corn snow. So what that is these ice crystals that shed off, and then you go straight down to a sheet ice. I don't like saying the word ice, but that's what it was. And it was all cat tracked up from the groomer. And so it was like, it didn't look like it from the ground, but it was really rough and choppy. So on course right now, I've got, it looks like Katie Honhart. She's coming in. Yeah, it's Katie. She's coming through right after Kylie. And now this is Katie's first, I guess she raced varsity over at Cadillac Invitational. It's the first GS run we have video of. And you can see she's doing a nice job. As we go more and we get confidence, these girls will get a lot faster. Behind her here is Liz Honhart, her sister. Liz, I had a little tough time at the top, but really finished well. Liz is also very new. This is really her second, this is her first high school race. And you know what? We've been making a lot of progress on her skiing, and she survived the hill. I think I even saw a smile a little while after the run. It's a little scary when you're on ice, and we're just really proud of all of our new skiers. Now, Jessica Mayer is our next skier here, and she does a nice job. She she was going last, so she had, of everybody, the worst conditions because it just got worse and worse and worse. I will say, of all the races and over the years that I've been at Crystal Mountain, this was the toughest conditions. They've had no natural snow. Oh man, who's that dude? I don't know, man. I must have been watching the race and they snuck that picture in on me. So now we're on to slalom, and here's Ada Peterson. She's our forerunner. That's why she's not wearing a bib. We missed her in GS. She foreran both. We're just trying to get all of our girls as much experience as we can, since really most of them have never raced varsity races before. And there she goes through the finish. She did a real nice job. We're very pleased with what we're seeing. Really across the board on all of our new skiers. So now we're back to our first flight skiers, Erin Peckham. She's running slalom well. Erin usually will hit that right footer or the right turn. She'll hit the gates, but it was kind of slippery up there. It's actually a lot steeper than it looks on film. And it's a little easier to do when you get down the bottom. I think she hits a couple gates here, but that's the way it goes. Now our next ski, Maya Baldwin, I don't have any film. She came out of the start and then hit a ski directly on a ski and it popped a ski off. And when you lose a ski, you're disqualified on that run. It was too bad. Had a good start. Maya's a very good slalom skier. But we don't get to see her today. Now we have Kylie Thompson. Now Kylie ran this course really nice. If you watch, she's making good turns. She might be overreaching a little bit on that left footer, and that's causing a skid. So remember, it's just like in slalom and GS, you don't want to skid. You don't want to overreach, because what happens is you reach across your body to block a gate, you relieve the edge pressure because of the way your weight works, and then you skid and slip. So it's kind of something we're working on. Next skier here is Liz Hilton. Liz, this is, I think, she ran slalom. She ran both events for us at Cadillac Invitational, and she's doing a nice job here. She's skiing well. She missed last season due to an injury. This year, she's coming in and she picked up really well. She's skiing pretty fast, and we see a lot of growth in her skill, so we're excited about that. Next skier, Kaylee Price. Kaylee is coming down, and as you watch, her and Liz both are kind of in that same level. They're both skiing pretty well right now. They're learning a lot right now. We're seeing a lot of growth. It's one of those periods where I cannot wait to get them back to bittersweet. We've done a lot on the steeps, and then we'll move it back to an easier hill, and then the light bulb comes on, and then they really take off. And it seems to always happen that way, usually with our sophomores. We kind of think that between our middle school program and what we do with them, our freshmen, it's usually a sophomore year that light bulb comes on and the girls really start skiing really fast. And if you watch Kaylee's form here, she's doing a great job. She's she's way more parallel than she was last year. So we're really seeing improvement there. And then our next skier that we're going to see here is Adia. And I think Adia slipped up at the top there, but she'll get going in 1 second here. What there was a big giant trench that was filled in with sugar snow, and it was wiping kids out right and left. And then, you know what? It is hard to get back up on a flat. On steep stuff, it's a little easier, but it's a little flat at the top. Adia will get going in 1 second here, and we'll get to see her finish up. While we're waiting for that, here she goes. But while we're waiting for that too, just keep in mind, we'll try to keep this content going. I'll have a boys video coming out too. For races, depending on the light conditions, sometimes I do them for conference races. Sometimes we just do some still pictures, to let people know. Bittersweet's really dark, and it seems to be a hard place to film, and Timber Ridge sort of is too. So, as we're going, it's just something it's a challenge for our sport. These daytime races are nice to kind of be able to see both, ski form and everything else. So as we're watching Adia here, you can see she's skiing nice and parallel. She's turning in the right places. Everything is good. You know what? We're just really proud of how she's improving and moving up, in speed with our team. So good job, Adia. Now, as Adia is done, here's our medal winners. There's Maya with her medal from GS. We had the whole team there. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching us. Stay tuned. We'll have something next week.